I went to a meeting last night and they had a scale, and as of today, I weigh 481 pounds. I'm really not happy with that, and I'd like to change that. So, I've always gained weight since I was a little kid, and I've always been considered heavy. I've always been picked on for my size, and it's just always been a part of who I am. Um, Now I want to do something about it. Um, there really wasn't a time in my life where I didn't feel heavy, even when I was, under 200 pounds. The only time I really didn't feel any shame for being my weight was when I was in wrestling in 8th grade. I was about 175, and I wrestled at 185, so I never had to do the things to cut weight, and I always just easily made my weight. About sophomore year, I started lifting weights, and I went out for football the next year, and that's when my weight went from about 180 to about 230, 245, like that, because I was putting on so much muscle. But then, graduation hits, and I start my career, and I kind of end my athletic endeavors. Start sitting around. You become 21 and you can drink, and my career played a big part of my decline. I became an alcoholic, and I moved around the country a lot, and the thing when you move around the country, you think that you might change, but the things follow you around. So my alcoholism and my food addiction followed me around. Now I'm 38 years old. It's June or July of 2015, and a couple months ago I started doing something to fix all of this stuff. I was at a crappy job, and I didn't like who I was. I was living in a motel in Michigan. I was drinking 30 beers a day, and it just wasn't a life. It wasn't living. I wasn't doing anything. I was probably making 200 steps a day, and half of those were to the bathroom and back to the couch and to the liquor store to go get more liquor, beer really. And I would find and try to invent ways to not go to work. And it just kind of was a downward spiral. So in March of this year, March 18th, 2015, I entered a rehab facility. I had to detox for a couple days, and that was really not much fun. And I had to go through all the things that you have to go through in the 28 days or 30 days that you're there. When I got out, everything kind of clicked for me. I bought into the program. Yes, I'm in AA, but I'm in a lot of other things too as well. I really decided that, in order for me to live, I was going to have to do this. I had previously attended an orientation session for a weight loss surgeon in my area, and I had to fill out a packet, and that packet it would just sit there and sit there and sit there for months and months and months. And finally, when I got out of rehab and I went into intensive outpatient, I finally filled out that paperwork and sent it off to the doctor's office, and called and made appointments and did everything that I had to do to get the ball rolling. So lately I've been doing all the things that I had to do. I had to do a psych evaluation. I had to go see my primary care physician. Just all these little hoops that you have to jump through when you go through the surgery so that your insurance company pays for it. And I don't have the greatest insurance company. They're, as the lady said, kind of tough, but they do pay 100% for this. So as of right now, I've done all the things that I need to do for that surgery, and I'm just waiting. Also, I wanted to make my life a little more complicated, so I enrolled in my community college. I went there 20 years ago, and I actually have 6 credits that were just sitting around there. So that's 6 credits that I don't have to take in this time. I don't want to go back to the career that I was in. I was a casino dealer since 1998, and it's kind of a tough career. It causes me a lot of stress and anxiety, and that leads to depression. And so I'm trying to do something new, trying to rebuild my life. It's a 24-month plan, and I'm on month 4 right now, so 20 more to go. And the first part was to realize that I had a problem and I needed help. So I did all that. My addiction, not that I'll ever be cured, but I keep going to meetings every day, sometimes 2 a day, and I'm into that. Met some great people in the program. I have a sponsor. I also have gone beyond that, and I go to a Buddhist temple for my meditation. I do that as much as I can, probably 4 or 5 days a week, and I'm involved in that community. So I've got a whole bunch of things going for me. I didn't do anything 4 months ago, and now I'm doing a whole lot. So that's it. I'm making these videos to document my progress. I'm going to show a bunch of photos. This is me the before, and do a bunch of pictures, and so that I can document how I'm moving on, and you can see the weight loss. I can tell you how I did it. I'm trying to do this right. I'm trying to do this by the book. I'm trying to do this exactly what the doctor says, and make a couple of modifications on my own. But I'm trying, just to be on the right path. So anyway, I'm going to edit all this stuff out, like the bee, and I'm going to mix these 2 videos together and hopefully learn how to do some video editing soon. And I'll post this on YouTube, and I'm kind of throwing my hat over the fence. Gotta get it. Shady Thompson is not my real name, and I'm doing this under an alias as a kind of experiment, just to document. I hope that some of you will understand that, and I'll get better at this video editing stuff. So